I did some ChatGPT Chang Gang stuff just to see what kind of story ChatGPT would write about Chang Gang. Pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Can you write a story about Chang Gang and the members of Chang Gang from GTFRP and NoPixel, which include Garrett Jobless and Mr. K? So it wrote the story, but it added some members that aren't members, like Ellie Dono. She used to write with us way back in the day, so maybe that's why it like ChatGPT wrote Ellie Dono. I'm not really sure why, but they did. But fast forward, I had to add Taco, I had to add Big D, Rami, and I changed like just a little bit of few little details. But this is the story it created on its own. Once upon a time in the city of Los Santos, there was a notorious gang known as the Chang Gang. The group of individuals led by the cunning Garrett Jobless and the inanimate Mr. K had gained a reputation for being some of the most skilled and ruthless criminals in the city. Their exploits had earned them both respect and fear from the other factions in the city, and they had established themselves as a force to be reckoned with. The members of Chang Gang include the likes of Randy Bullet, Vinny Pistone, Taco Prince, Rami Al Rahim, and Dequarius Johnson, among others. Each member brought their unique skill set to the table, making Chang Gang a well-rounded and versatile group. Despite their success, tensions within the group began to mount. Mr. K, a veteran of the criminal underworld, had a vision for the gang that sometimes clashed with the more impulsive ideas of Garrett Jobless. However, the two leaders respected each other and knew that their differences made them stronger. One day, while planning their next heist, the Chang Gang found themselves under attack from a rival gang. The ensuing shootout was intense, but the members of Chang Gang held their ground and fought back with everything they had. It was during this intense battle that the members of Chang Gang realized just how much they meant to each other. They had been through countless heists, chases, and close calls together, and they had each other's back no matter what. In the end, the Chang Gang emerged victorious, but they had all been charged by experience. They'd all been changed by experience. They knew that they could never take their brotherhood for granted and that their bond was stronger than any amount of money or power. From that day forward, the members of Chang Gang worked even harder to ensure that they stayed together and remained a force to be reckoned with within the criminal underworld of Los Santos. They continued to take on bigger and bolder heists, always relying on each other for support and guidance. And although they knew that they would always face challenges and danger, the members of Chang Gang also knew that as long as they were together, they could accomplish anything. That's pretty freaking cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all I said was write me a story about Chang Gang and the members of Chang Gang from GT5RP NoPixel, which leaders include Garrett Jobless and Mr. Chang. That's all I gave it to do. And this is the story it created. Pretty freaking cool. You have to admit, that is pretty freaking cool. Let me see. Write me another story about Chang Gang. Dude, what? Look at this. What the heck? Dude, this is nuts. This story is crazy. What the heck? Holy smokes. The Chang Gang had been on a roll lately. They pulled off several successful heists in a row, and their reputation in the city of Los Santos was growing stronger every day. But with success came attention, and it wasn't long before the police began to close in on them. Garrett Jobless and Mr. K knew that they needed to be careful, but they also knew that they couldn't stop now. They had a job to do. They were going to see it through no matter what. Their next heist was going to be bigger, was going to be their biggest yet. They were going to hit the vault at the Pacific Standard Bank, and the payout was going to be enormous. But they needed to be smart about it. They couldn't afford to leave any loose ends. The planning took weeks, but finally, the day of the heist arrived. The members of Chang Gang included Vinny Pistone, Taco Prince, Rami Al Rahim, and Dequarius Johnson, gathered outside the bank, ready to make their move. As they approached the bank, they could feel the tension mounting. The police were on high alert, and they knew they needed to move quickly. But just as they were about to enter the bank, they heard a loud explosion. They turned to see that one of their cars had been blown up, and a group of heavily armed men were approaching them. It was a rival gang, looking to take them down and steal the heist for themselves. The Chang Gang had faced dangerous situations before, but this was different. They were outnumbered and outgunned, but they didn't back down. They fought back with everything they had, determined to protect each other and their score. The battle was intense, with gunfire and explosions ringing out through Los Santos, but finally, after what it felt like hours, the Chang Gang emerged victorious. They were battered and bruised, but they had prevailed. They had protected their own and secured the heist. And as they counted their winnings, they knew that they had each other's backs no matter what. For the members of Chang Gang, it was just another day in the life of the criminal. But for those who knew them, it was a reminder of just how dangerous and formidable they truly were. And for the members themselves, it was a testament to their strength, their brotherhood, and the bond that held them together. Dude, the future is freaking changing, dudes. That's crazy. That is a crazy story.